Whether you're a trader or an investor in the stock market, you will have to choose your stocks according to your own preferences. And as a newbie like me, I understand how difficult it is to choose stocks among thousands to trade or invest in, whether for the short term or long term. So, in this video, I will talk about how to choose stocks according to your principles, especially principles of money. So you may ask, why use principles of money in choosing stocks? And I have only one answer for you. That is, like the actual market, the stock market is also a voting machine on a long term. That is, if you come to think of it, if a lot of consumers buy goods from a certain producer, that is a certain company, then that company will not only survive the market but also thrive in the market on the long term. And as a result, their competitors will have a hard time or will struggle to beat that company, and they will have a hard time with consumers to the point that the competitors will die in the long term. So the stock market is also like that. If the traders slash investors slash institutions that have that have a lot of money puts their money on a certain stock, that company slash that stock or the company that handles that stock will have much finances that it can expand on the long term, that is. So how can we use the money principles in choosing our own stocks? And I have only one tip for you, or one answer. That is, know your values on money. Because if you know your values on money, you will know whether you will be a trader or an investor, or can you handle risk on money, or can you handle greedy CEOs, etc., etc. So, below are the questions that I have formulated that will let you know of the following. Number 1, how much risk are you willing to take? That is from 1 to 10. Answers 1 to 4 will give you a low risk taker. And 5 is medium, and 6 and above are considered high or very high. Number 2 is, are you okay with quote-unquote sin stocks? That is, beer, beverages, cigarettes, or marijuana stocks, etc., etc. Number 3 is, do you care about company debt and how they use it to leverage the company or not? If yes, how much debt are you willing to take? So, there are a lot of companies uses debt for certain reasons. But if the company uses too much debt, that it comprises more than 100% of all its total assets, that is too risky. Because on a recession slash a downtrend, when the company does not have earnings or too much earnings or have less earnings on annually, it will suffer and they will likely be closed because of debt, because they can't handle to pay those debts anymore. Number 4 is, in your portfolio, would you like blue chip stocks only or mixed with penny stocks? Number 5 is, on growing your portfolio, what factors are you will preferably like to choose? A, price appreciation, D, dividends, C, speculation, C, and D is mixed with all of this or any of this. Number 6 is, how long would you like to trade / invest? If you like to go on a long term, then you are an investor. But if you only want to buy and sell for a short term, then you will be a trader. Number 7 is, are you okay with greedy CEOs and managers? These are the ones who have become so greedy that they consume the company's finances as a salary for them. Or they take on not only a salary but a portion of the company earnings. This actually happened with the CEOs and managers. So, are you willing to tolerate it or not? So, if you ask me these questions, my answer is below. Number 1, how much am I willing to be risky or not? I can consider being, 5 to 7, which means I'm a high, medium to high risk taker. That is. Number 2 question. Am I okay with sin stocks, especially beer, beverages, cigarette brands, marijuana stocks? In our stock market, in the Philippine stock market, there are no marijuana stocks. So that's a clear indication that if I would like it or not to have in my portfolio, that is not a question, because we don't have it in this market, because marijuana is illegal in our country. So yes, no marijuana. Well, but if you talk about beers, I can say yes, I can have beer stocks. Related to beer. And on the cigarettes, I would not have those. So no cigarettes. Or cigarette brand stocks. Or any stocks that is related to cigarettes. That is. Number 3. Do I care about company debt or not? Yes, I do care. I do care about company debt, and how much they owe. So in my case, debt to asset ratio should be should be 30%, not higher than 30%. That is, if I total all the assets of the company, how much it costs, if I compare debt in ratios, the debt would only consist of 30% of all the assets of the company. So that whether on a recession or not, the company can still survive, because there's now too much debt that is giving it a risk of closing down because of too much debt or too much weight on debt. Number 4, pure blue chip stocks only or mixed with penny stocks. Now, if I can say that I can have either blue chip stocks or blue chip stocks or penny stocks as well. Will do both because I like blue chip stocks because it follows the index, and I also like penny stocks because it's low price, low capital. Example, if you only have 1,000 peso slash dollar for a certain company to trade or invest in, then you can buy a penny stock. But if you only have 1,000 and you want to spend it in blue chip, then you might not have enough because in this country, the blue chip stocks mostly cost more than the penny stocks. So that's the case for both of them. 5. How should I grow my portfolio? For me, I would like dividends coupled with price appreciation. And I don't use speculation because I have never tried it and it's new thing for me. So yeah, A and B. So price appreciation and dividends with dividends. That is number 6. Should I invest long term or trade on a short term? I have tried trading on a short term, and as you can see, this is my stock market journal here. Wait, so this is my journal for trading. So as you can see, I have so many losses, and as a result, my gain-loss total is on the negative. That is 1,759. So after all these trades, I still lost about 1,000. So that's the case for trading. So that's why I'm now choosing investing on the long term. So it makes me an investor. Number 7. Are you okay with greedy CEOs and managers? Definitely not. So I have low tolerance for them because I see them as corrupt. That's all. Because they promote what you can say higher difference between low and high income earners, etc., etc. And it makes me kind of sad. So that's all. So in my answer, so I am a medium to high risk taker depending on a situation, and I can take on beer related stocks, which we have here, and in this country I will definitely consider that. Then yes, but the debt to asset ratio of a company should not exceed 30% for the debt. Then both blue chips and penny stocks, that is. So I can take on both blue chips and penny stocks according to my liking, and I will also use price appreciation with dividends as a backup for portfolio growth, and I will definitely be an investor, and now no greedy CEOs. CEOs, and the like. So, yep. And now, let's go to another aspect of this video, and that is update on my portfolio. So, now you know that I am an investor and that I can tolerate debt, and I can definitely have beer-related stocks. So, now, let's take a look at the PSE stock exchange. So let me draw a line for the resistance that is here. Let's color it red as a resistance also here. And as you can see, support is here. Oops. Here's the support, and it bounced to that from that 7,100 levels up to the 7,500 level, and then went back down again to 7,300 support. And now, as you can see, there is also a line here, downtrend line, and yes, it did break that downtrend last here. In this one, it break the downtrend line, but in the next day, the market is indecisive whether to go up or down. So at the end, it goes down back to that downtrend line. So I expect this to go down a bit more here. I don't know if this can support, or if this line can support, but if not, then we'll definitely be here. So that's it for the stock exchange index. So now let's look at my portfolio. So as you can see, this is my total. Or as you can see, this is my total portfolio, and one addition is this Arthaland, which has a yield of 6.68%. 6.68%, higher than the actual inflation. So I think that's a good thing. And yep, so that's all for the updates on portfolio, etc., etc. So I hope this video helps you in a bit on how to choose your stocks according to your own preferences, or according to your personal preferences on money, etc., because that's your money. And all I can do is to help you point in the right direction, I suppose. And see you in the next video. Bye.